If you're a service provider who is looking for some more passive income ideas that are high cash flow and also just really creative and different to just the typical ones which you have potentially seen, I'm going to be giving you 6 today, which I absolutely love, which I have either done myself or my clients have done, that are just, in my opinion, really high cash flow for passive income and just really sustainable models as well for you to be building out. So I think it is so helpful to actually be adding and thinking about extra streams of income in your business. This can be such a great move when you are growing, especially when it comes to really just stacking your monthly income on top of your signature program, perhaps actually looking at, how can I stack beyond this? And actually a passive product can be a really great way to do this. So this can be really tricky though to choose, what is going to be the actual right addition to your business, what is going to be the best model for you. So I'm going to give you today 6 ideas that have worked really well for my clients, and they have also been high cash flow for passive income with as minimal monthly work as possible. So making it as passive as possible, because obviously, as we know, very, very, very few things are fully passive of I sit back and do absolutely nothing for it, but these are as passive as you can possibly make them and still be in high cash flow. So I'm going to give you 6 ideas today, some of which you've probably not even thought about. The first one is a membership program inside of your business. This can be really strategic as well in terms of your higher ticket programs. And the reason why I say this is high cash flow, even though sometimes on the surface this doesn't look very high cash flow, is because of what this can give you in terms of upsells, because this can be such a great entry point into your world. So for example, I have one client who had a membership program and was getting members joining every single week for this membership program. But then also a lot of those people were actually upselling into different courses of hers or into her one-to-one program. So this can be really, really helpful as using it as a launch pad for your higher ticket programs, meaning that you're not needing to then do anything extra as well in terms of if this is, for example, an addition of the program. So one of my clients that created a membership component out of their mastermind where they just took some small components and made that a membership people could join. So they're not doing any extra work essentially. Then you can take some things that you're already doing, put it into a monthly membership, and then just use this as a really great bite-sized piece essentially, and just an entry point and a launch pad that people can use to just get into your world and just get a taste of what it's like to work with you. Secondly, and I think this is such a great one that people don't even think about as a passive income system, is actually referrals and creating a really intentional system around this. The best part about this is it's so easy for you to already do, because if you're in business, you probably already have a really great network of other service providers, website designers, copywriters, photographers, etc. And there's a lot of people that you have in your network. And also you probably are in a lot of spaces where you will see people sometimes asking for recommendations and saying, can anyone recommend a good photographer? Can anyone recommend a website designer, for example? So what I would do with this, if you want to set up this as an intentional system, is actually reach out to those connections and ask them if they do actually have a referral fee offer. So ask them and say, I often see a lot of people asking for photographers, and I know you're a photographer and I'd love to be able to recommend you to people. I'm curious, do you have any referral program or any referral fee where if I send someone over to you, I can get a small cut of the fee, so that then you can just have that arrangement in place. So next time you just in the space where you already are, you're already existing in these communities anyway, and you see someone looking to hire someone, you can just send them their way and you can potentially get, a 10% cut of then what they're actually paying that person just for referring them. So it's really helpful just to reach out and actually ask people if they do have a referral offer, anyone you've worked with, anyone that's a connection of yours, just so you have that in place. And this can be a really, really great system for you to have, especially if you're seeing people recommending people anyway and seeing people asking for, who can I hire for this? Who would anyone recommend? This can be so simple to just add into your business there. The third thing is actually selling a replay of a really specific training you did to act as a tripwire to then upsell to your higher programs. The same way we were kind of talking about with memberships, actually creating really a passive product essentially out of something which you've already created, some kind of workshop you did, a free masterclass, something like that, a really low ticket then tripwire essentially, but then intentionally upsell them into your higher program with a really specific funnel based on this. That's where it can be really high cash flow, is in the upsells to the higher programs. This can be really great of you've already filmed something, this is already a free masterclass you did 6 months ago, for example, so we can just repurpose it for that reason, and then also upsell as well. And again, it gives people a really great taste of what it's like to work with you. The fourth thing that you can do is bundle together a group of your programs. So pick a few small things, so some free masterclasses you did, for example, or a few mini courses together, and sell them together with a slight discount. This can be a really great way to get a great cash infusion as well. It also means you're not creating anything new, but you kind of have a new offering without doing anything new. You're just putting a few things together and using the things that you already have just in a different way, essentially. And this can be really high income as well, because you can group together several programs. And this can be a 4-figure bundle that you're then selling just on autopilot from a certain funnel, for example. Then the fifth thing which I would do is sell tickets, paid tickets to a client-only event. So if, for example, like I do, you host virtual client retreats or you host client workshops every so often, then actually you can sell tickets separately to people who aren't yet clients, but those people who are thinking about joining your program, those people who are really intrigued. What is it really like behind the doors? What is it like to be a client of this person? What's it like inside this program? This can be a really strategic way for them to get a taste of that. It's coming to an event you are literally already doing. You're already doing it for your clients. It's already happening. It's zero extra effort for you to, have an extra person that isn't a client yet come to one of these events. So this can be such a great way to just get people coming in, and also then to potentially upsell them to one-to-one, for example, if that's your main program or your course, mastermind, whatever that is, but actually upsell them to that then once they can just see the value inside that and just get that FOMO and just really, really want to join that high ticket program. And then the final one is a members only podcast subscription. So you can create exclusive podcasts where you can then just send the link out to certain people. So actually create a podcast that's just restricted for members of a subscription. So kind of like a membership essentially, but podcast style, where you're not needing to then, host a certain event for people each month or create a new video each month, etc. It's just a podcast where you can just jump on and speak essentially, and people can just get this exclusive podcast, these exclusive episodes from you, and you can just charge a monthly fee then for access for this. So this can be a really great way to actually have people coming into your space, getting to hear you teach as well, getting to learn from you in a really, really easy and accessible way, with just that monthly subscription kind of membership style, but it makes it a little bit easier for you in terms of the membership format as well. So these are 6 ideas for some passive income products that can be high cash flow for you as minimal monthly work as possible, and can be so great to just add into your product system. And yeah, let me know which ones you are potentially thinking of doing. If there's any in there that you hadn't really thought of before, if there's any that you're thinking you might add into your business in 2024, let me know. Make sure you give this video a like, make sure you hit the subscribe button as well so you do not miss the daily videos which I'm posting at the moment. And I will see you in the next video tomorrow.